coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask. Spare some gold for a veteran? Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. It's best you leave me be.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Being old's not so bad.
Welcome to Solitude, home of the arts here in Skyrim. Not much, but as a bard, I find the whole affair depressing. There are no heroes in this war, no winners to be had, and no real conclusion. If you want something a bard can dig into, look to the dragons. 1,000 years from now, Skyrim will have changed rulers dozens of times. But the return of the dragons, that story is once in an era. Not much, to be honest. Their return was a shock to us all. Gerard Germain has some tomes about them in the library if you're interested. Always a pleasure to meet a prospective bard. You should be aware that many apply, but we accept very few people. When possible, we ask applicants to perform tasks the college needs completed. In this case, I do have a task befitting an aspiring bard. Elisif has forbidden the burning of King Olaf, a festival put on by the Bard's College. We need to change her mind. To convince her, I want to read King Olaf's verse, a part of the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Unfortunately, the verse was lost long ago. Yes, according to Giraud, our history's keeper, the portion of the Edda dealing with King Olaf might still exist in Dead Man's Respite. I need you to retrieve the poem. I think Giraud here would give you the best explanation of both it and the history of King Olaf's verse. You should speak to him about it. As you may be aware, Elisif's husband, High King Torig, was recently killed. Elisif mourns her husband deeply, and she feels that a festival that burns a king in effigy is distasteful. I tried to convince her the festival is many centuries old and celebrates solitude, but I need proof. I believe King Olaf's verse will provide that proof. I wish you luck in finding the verse.
Take my advice. Never gamble. Damn Ernskar has me in debt up to the eyes. Too many drinking games, too many bets, and I'm too old to ever raise the coin on my own. He's a stubborn oaf. I don't know what good it'll do. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
I've got weapons forgiven and armor forgotten.
Someday soon you will also...
When I was a young rascal, I broke a man's arm with a single punch. Of course, I had a horseshoe hidden in my glove. Debts are debts. Either he pays them, or his kind do. Fine. You sound like a priest of Mara, but I get your point. Tell him to forget about the gold.
Keep your sword arm strong. Focus on your targets.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
I'm too old to work, but that don't make me too old to drink. You've done a fine thing for me. You know, I used to be quite a warrior in my day. Let me show you a thing or two. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't new in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over to the Winking Skeever. We keep a fine inn.
I don't want to talk. You play me. I shouldn't be. Mama says if I do, people are gonna ask about Uncle Rogvir. Maybe if I don't talk, they won't either. Dragon? Really? Was it big? Did it breathe fire? Oh wow, I knew it! I knew they were real! I have to remember to tell Papa. I don't have anything to say. Thanks. Papa talks about it some. Mom doesn't say much since Uncle Rogvir died. She doesn't even go to temple anymore. I wish she would. At least that way she'd have people to talk to. You would do that? That's great. You should go do it right now.
Hey, wanna play tag?
Apples, tomatoes,
Fresh fish, straight from the fjord.
You know you can afford a septim or two.
Good afternoon. Are you here to talk about my brother? Do you think... Rogvir. He opened a gate and they executed him for it. He opened a gate and the wrong man rode out of it. If that man hadn't been Ulfric Stormcloak. If Ulfric hadn't killed High King Torrig. But it was Ulfric. And he did kill the High King in honorable combat. My brother refused to allow the Imperials to take revenge for the deed. So now he's dead. Then you didn't know Rogvir, and you have no idea what it means to be a Nord of Skyrim. He did the honorable thing, even when he knew it would cost him everything. My brother was the best man in Solitude. I'm not looking for conversation. And like Rogvir, you're a Nord at heart. It's hard for many of the people here to understand. I think Aldous understands. I don't think I could have stayed here if anyone else had... I think I need to stop talking now. If you want to talk about my brother, I'm not interested. She did she? She's gonna get a sit-down later. Well, I wish it were that simple. Maybe it is. Look, I want to go back, but I won't feel right in there without a tie to Talos. My brother Rogvir wore a symbol of Talos. He kept it hidden on his person. If I had that, I can't go near his body. Would you get it back for me? Thanks. I should make sure Sfari's okay.
Pardon me.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me short.
Huh? I'm not looking for conversation. Thanks so much. I'll return to Temple. Here's something for your time and effort. I should make sure Sfari's okay.
You should see me.
You know
when
you
get
can afford a
bored,
Septimo
stranger.
too.
You know, you've got a certain fire in your eyes. Just like my Beerend. Welcome. Look around. We've got everything you could want in life. Some might call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Come back to bits and pieces anytime. I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run. You were there for Rogvir's execution. Perhaps, but necessary. As you know, my cousin Fura died out there fighting for us. She wouldn't have had to if it weren't for Rogvir. Thank you for helping my aunt earlier. I'll see you around.
Papa says I won't see Rogvir anymore, but he wouldn't tell me why not.
It's been my honor to perform at the Blue Palace on many occasions. His late lordship was quite the admirer. If you ask me, this damned rebellion can't end soon enough. I had to end my tour of Skyrim's courts. Too dangerous to travel.
Ildi, what year did the Aldmeri Dominion invade the Empire?
Late 171.
Good Ildi, soak in the lore. Yorn, what happened during the Red Year?
Morrowind suffered a massive explosion.
Vardenfell's Red Mountain erupts. Try to be precise, Yorn. Remember, being a bard isn't just about the music. Good to meet a prospective bard. Well, you've come to the right place. He's sending you after King Olaf's verse, then. That's good. We shouldn't leave it lying around now that I figured out where it is. The verse was Svafnir's contribution to the Poetic Edda, the living history of Skyrim. Each bard adds to the Edda in his or her time. And a very ancient one. The verse criticized the reigning King Olaf. He was so incensed the bard was put to death and all the copies burned. At least, that's what we thought until I translated some ancient texts a year or so ago. We now believe King Olaf buried the truth with the bard. If I'm right, Svafnir and King Olaf's verse lie in Dead Men's Respite, along with the burial chamber of King Olaf himself.
Possibly.
Be careful. You might find more than just King Olaf's verse in Dead
None
Men's
of the
Respite.
others can hold a candle to her.
I
Dean
wish
Inga
only
says
to
a bard
graduate
can
and
never have
enroll
enough
with the
practice, so
My job is to lead our
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands.
to me. I'm not playing with you, Kide. You play me.
Come on in, just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
How's it coming there, Juonen?
I wish only to graduate and enroll with the Legion. It's an honor to have Viarmo for instruction on drum, but it's far too reserved for my tastes. And why wouldn't I be? We sing tales of kings, queens, and their politics, 'tis true. But do you know who really makes history? The person who writes it. Farewell, stranger.
If you need a good rumor or two.
You stay out of trouble now. The Castle Dower dungeon can break even the strongest will. Let's not waste any time.
Traitors, civil wars, dragons. Huh. Those troubles don't cross my doorway.
For a dragon to attack Kyne's Grove. Why? Why there?
have scared him off. The Master has gone, but Dervenin will find him. Dervenin should not have gone. Don't go to the Blue Palace. The Master is on vacation. Don't listen to Dervenin. Don't do it.
Old stonework, gold, traps, and bones.